So, you want to learn how to play this mess of a mod, but not even the pros or your favorite slot tent channel has a tutorial for you to learn the basics. Well, have no fear, as I've made this quick and easy guide to give you the rundown of almost all things SRB2 Battlemod. From the controls to the game modes and more, here's what you need to know. If you're already familiar with SRB2's controls, you'll be glad to know that the cast retains all their moves from the base game. When it comes to Battlemod attacks, all characters have an aerial and ground variation of their moves, which can be executed by pressing fire. For example, on the ground, Sonic performs a jump attack, but in the air, he performs a ground pound. Experiment with using the jump or spin buttons with these moves, as some of them have various functionalities. But do know that they all are on a cooldown, and cost a certain amount of rings, meaning sooner or later, you're gonna need to stack up on them ASAP. But hold on, how in the hell are you gonna defend yourself from all the attacks coming your way? Have no fear, as by pressing fire in normal, you can guard with the parry ability. Using parry in the air will allow you to air dodge in the direction you're facing, and if you get hit and have at least 20 rings, you can bounce back with a recovery. While playing, you can collect not only rings, but shields from the base game, and the elemental trio from Sonic 3 in these little bubbles. They all function basically the same, except Armageddon, which now has a timer before it explodes, meaning you can parry or dodge it at the last beep, or not and get your ankles broken. Use all this knowledge to your advantage to evade your opponents, attack efficiently, and don't fall off the edge. Like, seriously, stop falling off the ledge, bruh. It's embarrassing. So now that you know how to play the game, let me give you the rundown of how these game modes work. Arena and Survival are pretty similar to each other. Take out your opponents in a free-for-all on a small stage. The big difference between the two is that one requires you to get the most KOs before time runs out, while the other features a live system. Once you're out, that's it. What if I told you that you could still make it back through the power of reincarnation as a jettison? You can fire a slow as hell bullet and maybe get a chance at respawning in, or you can just run to someone head on. If you last till the time runs out, it's sudden death for you and everyone else. You'll start growing in size, and in order to win, you need to be the last man standing. Switching to the more casual game modes, we have Control Point and Diamond. Control Point is pretty simple. When the countdown drops, find the point in the stage with a floating emblem, and gain the most points by staying near it. And don't die, obviously. Diamond is pretty simple too. You see the diamond, you steal it, and hold it as long as possible. Both these modes have a focus on gaining the most points before time runs out. If you hit 6,000 points, then you automatically win the game. You can also play these modes along with Arena and Survival in teams. But if you really want to go head to head against someone, let me show you Battlemod's last game mode. Battle CTF is basically regular CTF, except you throw hands instead of rings. Grab the flag from the other team and bring it back to your base while your other teammates either defend or attack with you. First to 3 captures wins, and if the teams tie, then the game will go into overtime for a tiebreaker. Personally, one of my favorite game modes out of all of them shown so far. You've probably known that from the multitude of CTF clips over this channel, but what can I say? This mode really brings out the competitive spirit out of some of y'all. Before I conclude this video, I wanted to showcase some of my favorite and recommended mods to really have a good time with Battlemod. So here's a quick showcase of my favorite characters and stage mods. Shadow the Hedgehog by Inazuma features his abilities from Sonic Battle along with his signature homing attack. Surge of Tenric by Light Dasher features everyone's favorite green midget, who shares some similar abilities with Sonic and an electric buff to all of her moves. The Chaotix by Team Combi Rings features the cast from the 32X title with a wide range of abilities, and, as of the time of me making this video, a banned character from competitive play. If you want to add variety to your stage list, the Community Battle Pack by Krabs and various members of the SRB2 Battle community provides over 70 maps to choose from, featuring revamped stages from the base game, OLDC entries, and more. Have you ever thought, man, some of these stages in the base game are too big? No? Me either. But Ice Face has the answer to your oddly specific question with the confused maps. Smaller variations of the match stages from SRB2 to be more Battlemod friendly. And finally, the Brigade Battle Pack by Pentaboy, which adds a ton of stages based off of Chaotix and CD with some amazing texture work, and even a small arena for those 1v1 matches. Oh, and while I still have your attention, if you want a more fighting game-esque soundtrack, might I recommend the Genesiskeys music mod done by yours truly. All 90 songs replaced with a more fighting game inspired soundtrack. And there you have it, everyone. Hopefully this guide will help you jumpstart you into getting into SRB2 Battlemod. Getting the gist of the controls and game modes shouldn't leave you in confusion like me when I started playing. Have fun taking some victories in any of these wonderful game modes. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed what you saw, then too bad! The video's ending right now.